California visits Southern California. The Niners and Chargers. Off we go from L.A. This is taken just shy of the 10. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing first play is Lance. And his first look is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. And this pass caught by Gray. Oh, what a juke into space. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Meanwhile, Lance's throw caught by Gray. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And there to make the tackle, Khalil Mack. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Lance. That is caught inside the 5. And the Niners are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Lance looking to throw it. Being chased out left. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. McCaffrey. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. This Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a 3rd and goal situation. Again, McCaffrey. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of...
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They wanted to throw for it. A surprise does not work on 4th and goal from the 1. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Herbert's throw taken in by Palmer. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing again on second down. Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On first down, Justin Herbert escaping the pressure right. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, down at the 33. Running on first down, Eckler. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. From the 27, Herbert. Open man is Palmer. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. After the sack on first down, Herbert eluding the pressure right. And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. Open man, Parham. He's got him. And the Chargers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Eckler will take this into the end zone for a Charger touchdown. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Nothing. They don't get nothing.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. After the turnover, here's Herbert. as he throws there, incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them total.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people would think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big
touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen with a touchdown reception from Justin Herbert. And the Chargers go up by 2 touchdowns. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. But for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
You can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Lance. Flushed out right. And a big one is here as he's taken down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Lance going to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And some room to work. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Lance now to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Lance. Flush to his right. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. Here's Lance to throw it. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. first half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On first down, it's Herbert. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chargers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw, it's Lance. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low. Almost get
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Throwing on second down. Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
It was Eric Armstead coming up quickly and dropping him for a loss.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now it's Herbert. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. In motion right comes Allen. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. High throw, but the catch is made. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. Back to throw here, Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Touchdown! DeAndre Carter from 6 yards away.
Every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
It's been a tough go for them. They're still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring.
Oh, Regs has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here. And now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. Now Herbert following the turnover. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Charger drive about to get going. And that pick six a moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a three-possession fourth-quarter lead. Fresh off of six the other way, it's Herbert. Steps away. He's got a man complete. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Herbert on first down now. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Second down at 5.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. To throw again on second down. Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Eric Armstead picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became third and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. A clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued. Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. On second and a couple. Lance connects with Kittle underneath. Gets past one man. And he's got this down to the 35. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. 50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 29, Lance. Now Lance throws the interception, his third. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers will take over here just shy of the 30. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. An excellent gain, 35 yards. They're going to pass here with Herbert. Rolling to his right. He finds his target, Allen. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Continuing to keep their foot on the gas, and it looks like they're just having fun out there. They're loose, they're free, and they're enjoying what the scoreboard looks like.
I'd have to say I agree with you totally. They're having a blast out there all game long. When they throw the football, they're picking up nice chunks of real estate, significant yardage on just about every throw that they make. And there's another one there, and they continue to have that fun that you just talked about.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. That's caught right side by Palmer. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? This caught left side by the tight end Parham. And a pretty little juke move there, but not a ton to show for it afterwards as he's brought down. Gets it out quickly here to the left flat. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Donald Parham. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers' decision to go for it pays off for 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things in this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Well, this was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute, both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.